Hey all, and welcome back to Fuzzy Desert Gaming and a day 3 update on the Reign of Ours Raider. What this update is going to be is more about the content that I'm farming and the currency I'm making, because I haven't really made any upgrades in terms of gear. I'm progressing really well. My level's 94 and I'm 72% of the way to 95, which would be really nice. If I can get to 95, I'm kind of happy there. I'm not bothered about getting any more levels. But when I run through the content, you'll see the content we're doing is quite rippy. So I'll just mention what I'm doing because there's going to be footage in the background. I've taken all of the metamorph nodes. I've dropped blight. I just wasn't enjoying it that much, and it is profitable, but it's not something I'm enjoying doing. So I've dropped blight. I tried harvest. You can get it to turn up in nearly every map, but harvest currency isn't really worth anything, so I'll drop that. And I've now taken all the metamorph nodes. So I'm essentially doing all metamorph, essences, shrines, and then we're doing Wrath of the Cosmos, which is where most of the money is coming from, if I'm honest. So in terms of the character, the only upgrade really that I've made other than flipping gems, getting them quality, that sort of thing, is I bought a cluster jewel. Now, the reason I bought the cluster jewel is it was about the same price as a lion eyes, and it is definitely something I want in my tornado shot build, and it's something that's likely to go up in price, whereas lion eyes eventually is probably going to fall. If it doesn't, I'll just go with that. There's other ways to get that crit. So lion eyes is good because it gets you crit that you do struggle to get if you don't have it. So the cluster jewel I've bought is the typical elemental one. It's Storm Rider, Sadist, and Doriani's Lesson. It's also on a lightning damage base, which is nice, but obviously we only take one small passive anyway. Storm Rider gives you a chance to get a power charge when you shock a chilled enemy. We chill and shock, so obviously we're going to get power charges. I can take this node next to get 4. It also gives you 25% increased cold damage against shocked and lightning against chilled. And if we look at my damage, I do up to 3.2 lightning and up to 1.7 cold. So it's a big increase in damage as well. And then Sadist, which is an amazing node. It's 15% elemental damage if you're chilled, 20% if you're ignited, and 25% if you're shocked. Again, we do all three, so it's 60% increased elemental damage. This cluster jewel pretty much makes up for the damage you get from lion eyes. Then what you would do is you would free up a few nodes on the tree, and you take either 2 crit clusters or a crit cluster and a projectile cluster. And it allows you to put a couple of jewels in as well. Now, I haven't gone for life because it makes the jewels really, really expensive. I wanted to be spending like maximum of 25C on a jewel. So I've got this one, which is just attack speed with bows and crit multi. This one, which is really nice, which is corrupted. It's 25% reduced effect to curses, which is really handy. 8% attack speed with bows, and then projectile speed. The lightning skill doesn't do anything because I don't run a lightning skill. And the effective chill doesn't matter because we are immune to ailments. But they're just nice jewels overall. They're things I probably need to upgrade. So this one is prod speed, attack speed, damage with bows. Attack speed with bows, prod speed. It's decent. Could I buy better for not a lot of money? Probably not. I could try a Lucky X on it. And then we've got my Lethal Pride, which I went through in the last video, which has got basically 2 double damage mods on it, and that's it. But there's nothing really more to go through on the tree, and the gear, I'm pretty sure, is exactly the same. The other item I need to go crit, which I'm hoping to do in the next couple of days, is some boots with avoid ailments as an implicit and avoid ailments crafted with a loathing essence. That's going to then make it much easier to cap elemental ailments when I go over to Deadeye. And then on my chest, I'll probably need to craft a prefix, and that will get me ailment capped. My Eldritch mods are not really finalized yet. I've only rolled them with low orbs because they're just worth money at the moment. So I might as well sell them. Then when they come down in price, I can then look to roll the mods that I want. It's not going to make or break my character. So it feels super comfy. I'm not running Determination. I'm just going Anger and Grace. But we can still get some decent defenses. Our 93% chance to evade with Flask up is pretty insane. And then we've got a nice, just short of 11k armor. I'd really like to get my maximum resistances up. At the moment, I've got Divine Judgment anointed on my amulet. I could maybe go for Crystal Skin, Prismatic Skin over here, get 2% to maximum resistances. That'd be nice. It's certainly a big mitigation increase for elemental damage. But yeah, not really much to go through. My gear hasn't changed, so I don't want to just every video go through this is my chest, these are my links. Nothing's changed. The only thing I've changed is I have started putting in added cold damage for Focus Ballista, but only in Sanctum, because you want an option to be able to hide, basically. With Focus Ballista, you have to aim and fire before your totem fires. So the placement speed is horrible, like I mentioned in the last video, but it's still the better option. especially in the rooms where you get those flamethrowers. You can just put your totems down and then you can concentrate on avoiding the flamethrowers. So I do need a 6-link bow, but I want like a GG bow before I go and look to spend the money 6-linking it. Still really, really loving the character. I'm going to farm up probably the currency to get an omniscience before I transition. At the moment, I've got about 5 divines worth of stuff in this dump tab, which I'll go through in a moment. And then I have 700 chaos and 4 raw divines. I don't know how much Omni is. I think it's probably about 15 divines. So I'm not that far away. But then there's other gear that I need before I transition. I'm starting to go and run Sanctums. Now I'm getting some relics that actually do something, so I can actually get somewhere in my runs. I'm getting to sort of floor 3 most times, or every time pretty much. But I failed twice at the floor 3 boss, so I need to get better at that. So what we'll do is just go through the Atlas trend and I'll show you my excellence next, which is basically an hour farming the strategy that I've been running. As I say, I've been doing Metamorph. At the moment, it's not paying off and it's quite rippy. Not as rippy as last league by a long shot, because you get some nice nodes that can help you out. So you get like this node here, which is reduced magnitude of damage granted to Metamorphs from VAT fill in your maps. And then reduce magnitude of life granted to Metamorphs from VAT fill in your map. So it just means they do less damage and they have less life. We have this one here, which is really nice, which basically gives them an extra chance to drop a catalyst. And then I'm putting in rogue Metamorphs as well. I'm not sure I should. The rewards haven't been very good from them, and they seem to be more rippy than actual Metamorphs. Then I've gone to this one, which is just loads of quantity and rarity, and I have had a divine drop from this. It's obviously upgraded one of the currencies. And then I'm also going to go and get this one here, which gives you like more experience and chance to drop a Metamorph Scarab. Other than that, it's essences, shrines, a few map nodes. I've dropped these because I just needed the points. Gone stream of consciousness, blocked everything other than Metamorph, and it has showed up in every map I've done but one. So it's really, really handy for just forcing that content. Yeah, I could just use a Scarab, but I like just Alch and going, and this works really well. It is a bit rippy. I wouldn't recommend it if you're precious about your level. Like, I haven't ripped yet, but there's been a lot of close calls. I'd say what's making me all my money is altars. So GGG said they were too powerful. I personally ran altars a lot last league. Not the full-on combo of all of these things and everything, but I ran Wrath of the Cosmos, I ran these, and I ran those, and the rewards are way better now. Like, in the old version, you could, if the altars fell right, you could get a rain of Eldritch Embers, and that made you a lot of money. But a lot of the time, if you've got currency ones, it would drop like Blacksmith's Whetstones, it would drop Chance Orb, just rubbish stuff. Now it's deterministic, you get some really good stuff. So we'll very quickly go and look at the Excellence Next profile. Now, obviously, it's going to include things like maps, which do sell at this stage, but whether you can be bothered to sell them is another matter. But this was an hour's worth of farming, and it reckons it's 5.4 divines. There is one divine drop in there, but with all the rarity mods you get from Metamorph, you should get a divine. I'm not saying you're going to get one every hour, but you should see some decent drops from that node. But you can just see, like, in Raw Chaos, we had 61 Chaos drop in the hour from Altars, which is really nice. 6 Grand Embers, 13 Greater. One thing we'll do is we'll look at the lesser, because it reckons they are 0.7C. They are not. They are 2 Chaos each in bulk. And same with the Greater and Grand. It's underpricing those. It's not going to price this map properly, because this would be about 25C probably. So even though it is pricing maps up, it's also underpricing a lot of other stuff. It is going to be pricing probably Screaming Essences at like 1C when they're not. But overall, it should be about right. So it's going to include maps, which you can sell. It's going to really, really underrepresent the stuff that you can sell in bulk. So we'll do a map showcase. But what I'm going to do is go into a map until I get an altar to spawn at the beginning. So I'm going to show you what it's like when you get loot. Because sometimes, like in the old days, you don't get altars, or you might get one and it gives you like glass blowers, baubles. It's not great. But I've had maps where I've had triple Chaos Orb drops, and I got up to 10% chance for a mob to drop a Chaos Orb, and I walked out of the map with nearly 30 Chaos. So you can definitely get some decent returns. The map boss ones are really good as well. You can get like drops 3 Embers, drops 4 Chaos Orbs, loads and loads of good stuff. I'm sure the Eater ones are just as good. I just prefer running XR because I don't have to wait for the monsters to come up. And I think this side suits my build a bit better than the other side in terms of the downsides. But that's kind of it. If you wanted to copy the tree, I would 100% recommend copying it apart from Metamorph. It is rippy and I'm not sure it's worth it. So just put in whatever content you want. The issue I had is I don't want to go and respec into any of the big, like, you know, Blight, Legion, sorry, not Blight, Breach or Legion, because looking at the prices of things, I'm not sure it's worth it. Like 22C for a Chula's Breach, 11 for an Ornithal. yeah, you can probably get breach zones to drop fairly regularly, but it's not content I enjoy, and I'm not sure it's going to be hugely profitable. Blight, I do think is still probably one of the best, even though a lot of people are doing it, but I just don't enjoy it at all. I'm still selling oils that I looted from doing my Blight maps, like I'm selling black oils for 3 to 4C, opalescent for 5 to 6. So it's definitely constant income. It's just not for me. So that's it for this update. So not a lot to go through because I haven't played a huge amount. We'll just go and look at Atlas completion. I've got 10 left. I think other than one map, which for some reason I cannot get to Horizon. We'll give it another go because I think I might have got a Horizon orb or two in my dump. That sounds wrong. We have one. I cannot get, which I'm not bothered about because I hate the map. I cannot get Ancient City to Horizon at all. Sod's law, innit? So we're going to have to do this one now. So the map showcase is going to be Ancient City. I hate this map. Unless it evolves and goes to something else. It didn't, but it has made the map pretty bad. So Metamorph is going to feel horrible with this. But we're going to go and run it anyway, mainly to show the altars. And we're going to get our invitation drop at the end of it, which is nice. I'll put some sound on, but I'll kind of talk through the map as we go along. Let's say if you've got a 50% chance for an altar to spawn at the beginning. If it spawns, you've got a good chance of making 30 or 40 cows from the map. If it doesn't spawn, it might just be a normal Alch and go map, but you might still get, 3 or 4 altars. There's nothing to say you won't. Okay, so we've got an altar straight away. So once we kill these, we'll just take a look at what those are. Oh, actually, well, we've got this shrine. So, 2 orbs of regret from the boss. We're going to have to take it because I don't want player games. So we'll go back here. We'll just kill... I'm too quick. I can't actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so we'll go back here and look at this one. This is Orb of Binding. Yeah, so these ones weren't very good, unfortunately. And especially on this map where there's just silly bits of scenery in the way that stop you. So we'll just go through. Don't need to go to Essence, but we'll do it anyway. We'll go and find the boss quickly where I've actually got some a chance of killing him without getting wrecked, if I can find him. He's here, isn't he, normally? Nope. I guess we just have to look for the metamorph symbols, which is nice. Nope, not there. I mean, you basically just have to look for a metamorph symbol that doesn't go away after 2 seconds, and that's probably the boss. I absolutely hate this map. Ah, this is the boss. Right, so this really hurts my eyes doing this. It's crazy how quick it is. Enkindling orbs. Yeah, so we got a bit unlucky with our rewards. But yeah, you can get, let's say, embers, you can get raw chaos. And raw chaos is fairly common. It's not like it's an uncommon mod. Yeah, but chisels are okay. So this one is Orbs of Regret. Again, that's pretty worthwhile. I'm pretty sure they're about a chaos. We've got another altar, which is Greater Embers. So what we'll do, we will go and do this. And the good thing is, it sort of encourages you to full clear the map, because you are definitely leaving money behind if you don't. And so let's go and pick up this loot. I don't know what that is. Oh, Vile Pyramid. I do need to do that. So that'll be another map for completion, which is nice. And I still need to get 2 of the pack size nodes as well. So this will get better in terms of what I drop. Because I'm still missing 10% pack size on eater mobs. Apologies for the map. I find it really hard to see where I'm going a lot of the times. So I have to put the big map on screen because I'm old and my eyes don't work. Otherwise, I'm constantly looking up to the top right and then I end up dying, which is never good. We did get Metamorph on it, didn't we? But with all that monster life, I'm not sure I want to do it. I mean, we will. If I die, I die. I'll have to get me XP somewhere else. So the problem with this map is it's absolutely huge. And very difficult to full clear efficiently. So we'll go over here. So there's one Greater Ember. I imagine they're probably 2C. Oh, I can't see where I'm going. This is not good. We will go in and grab this because I've just cleared all of them. So we'll go and grab this quickly. Save it up. So 41 monsters left. There's probably some in this corner. I'm going to go and try and see if there is, because they might drop an ember. They didn't.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Another chisel. Okay, so we will just go and get some flask charges back, and then we'll see what Metamorph's like on 46% monster life. I've not died since doing Metamorph, so obviously we're going to die when we're on stream. So we're definitely going to go Catalyst, Currency. Yeah, we'll go for that. It's fine. I've not got the right totems on. I don't run Focus Ballista, like I said, in the League mechanic, and I've forgotten to put it back in, and it's way better. Oh, yeah, I think we'll try and do this one, and then we will forget about building the second one. Poison on hit feels really good when I drop all that poison ground, and I'm still in it. Okay, we will not be doing another one then. That took too long. That was definitely a recipe for dying. Got some catalysts, all worthless, I think. So we'll go out and we'll just have a look at the loot we got from that map, and that wasn't a good one. But we got 2 great embers, 1 lesser. Obviously, this map drop from the boss, it doesn't really count. Couple of organs, 1 chaos, and then smattering of other currency, 3 regrets. So it wasn't the best loot in the world, but it's still probably like 10 chaos worth of loot. And then obviously, you're still going to get your invitations and all that sort of thing. And catalysts, so I'm not sure any of these catalysts are worth any money. I would say they're probably not. So they're not even a chaos. They are not a chaos either. They are a chaos. And they are a chaos. So it's probably 3.5 chaos for these. But obviously, if you save them, get them in bulk, you're going to make better profit. Like I said, I'm not sure Metamorph is worth it for the rippiness, but I have had some Prismatic and Crit Catalysts, and they do go for a lot of money. I've also had, like I said, a Divine drop because of the rarity increase that you get from the Atlas node. So it's something I'm going to stick with for at least, let's say, 2 to 3 rotations of an invitation, because I keep respeccing my tree and it's costing me quite a lot of money. And I don't want to keep doing it, so we're going to stick with Metamorph. I think that's it for the video. I don't think there's much more to go through. I probably won't bring another update out until I go crit, because I'm literally just going to be farming content. I don't think it's particularly engaging content, but hopefully that's only going to be a couple of days away. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Take care, and see you in the next one.